participants here. Yeah, yeah. And tonight is actually it's a simple preview for this Loga workshop. This is a workshop that we are having in Malaysia, and I'm very happy that we are able to organize it this year. Actually, uh, despite of like how Pei said that she's very busy and a lot of other activities also actually carry out in this period. So we are trying to get more participants, and I this preview may serve as one session for those interested parties who wants to know more about this workshop. So without further ado, I would like to invite teacher Michael to have a small introduction, self-introduction, and also to let us know what is actually Logra about. Okay, teacher, can you please?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Pekin. Yeah, welcome to this lesson, I would say. Allow me to begin with a few personal remarks. My name is Michael Heiler, Eurythmist and Logos Gradualis trainer. For almost 40 years, I have been involved in the movement art of eurythmy, which I studied in Germany and in the Netherlands. Afterward, I taught eurythmy at various Waldorf schools there and participated in the study of the fundamentals of eurythmy under the direction from a famous leader, Werner Barford, well known in Germany and in the Netherlands. And I also cultivated the artistic side from eurythmy in various groups and ensembles. And this inquisitive perspective I was able to develop back then stayed with me later when I began with the Logos Gradualis training in 2015. And so I enjoy exploring the question of how and why this new movement training works. I can outline some aspects from this training which can clarify the objectives of Logra and how it can help people today to find a path that invigorates, strengthens, and develops them both internally and externally. And this brings us closer to the name Logos Gradualis. Translated, Logos Gradualis means step by step to the word, and more precisely, Logos, Greek, means word, but also number, concept, and the underlying word, gradualis, is Latin gradualiter, step by step. And it is therefore a path of training which can connect the practitioner with the living, creating forces themselves. This living forces are in the sphere, you could say, and these living forces we can take up, receive through movement. And this creative sphere is what gives us life, you could say, and form, which shapes us, give us the forms of the organs, give us the life forces, so as it is the same in Tai Chi, you could say, but it's a different thing, it's a different way. We take up forces in this movement training and we give it to the world, we give it back to the world. And in this process, the forces will be changed too. This means I'm not taking up only these forces, but I'm giving these forces individualized back to the world, and I'm able to work to the world, onto the world, to the nature, back, and bring then creative and healing forces back to the, you could say, nature, to the world, to man too, to the people too. Now, the whole question from this living forces is connection with the question from implosive, excuse me, and explosive forces. And I would say our whole life today is based on the concept from explosive forces. For example, the combustion engine is an engine, yeah, which works with explosive forces. And in our mind, we usually, there usually are concepts which are based on this concept with explosive forces. But if we look to the nature, we see that the nature, that life is working with implosive forces. And the question is now, how can we connect and take up, also connect with these implosive forces and take up these forces? And if you go this way, you come to the question from, you could say, the ethers of the life forces. We can say that's the chi, the life force, but it's more than this. In our mind, from Logra practitioners, these building forces are not only living forces, ether forces, but forces from sound and tone too. Yeah, this means that the word sound and tone gives us the possibility to live and to bring life to the nature, back to other persons, to the people. The difficulty is now that without this, you could say, mediating media, the ether, the life force, this process from tone and sound working in the person will not be strong enough. Yeah, I hope you understand that we need now the whole path working with the life forces, that the working from sound and tone can be more and more stronger with this mediating media. We distinguish, for example, different ether forces. I don't know if you are well known with the whole question from the ether. May I ask, do you know this term, Haupei or Pegyin, the term from the ether? Yeah, okay, right. Then I can speak further. Okay, thank you for this. In our mind, we distinguish 4 different ether forces, and that is the warmth ether, the light ether, the sound ether, and the life ether. And we see if we are working, usually we are working with the warmth and the light ether only, and but we are now in a new situation as mankind that we can work conscious with the tone or sound ether and the life ether too. Warmth and light, excuse me, I will go back a half step backwards. In every warmth you can feel is working and present the warmth ether. In all phenomena of light is working the light ether, which creates the light. And in all processes from to bring forces into the materia is working the sound or chemical ether. It's described through Günter Wachsmuth, the right hand from Rudolf Steiner, well known in anthroposophy. This means if we would like to change material processes in us or in the world, we can only do this when we are using the sound or chemical ether. This ether kind is working in the periodic table too, you can say, yeah? It creates the differentiation from the material, from the different kinds of material, you could say. And then the life ether, it's the fourth ether kind. Yeah, this works in all things which are dense, like a table, like a tree, yeah, like I don't know what, a plant. The sound ether is working in the liquid. And now Logos Gradualis brings the possibility to connect ourselves with this ether forces, conscious with this ether forces. You could say this is an objective from Logra because the forms we are working with are addressing the sound and chemical ether. I will give you an example. You experienced that I will, yeah, there's my hand visible now, yeah, on the screen, yeah. We were working in the last workshop with the figure 8, you remember, yeah? And the figure 8 is a form which is connected with the sound or chemical ether forces. If you imagine, um, what is it, a ribbon, a band, I don't have the word at the moment, excuse me, yeah? In this form, a figure 8, a ribbon, excuse me, yeah, if you imagine a ribbon, do you understand? A ribbon in this figure 8 shape, and I go along, yeah, on this ribbon with my hand, then you see that in one wing, my hand, the palm of my hand is centered to the center or is directed to the center. And in the other wing, the palm of my hand is directed to the sphere. And this means if I now move in a figure 8, I always connecting the sphere or forces from the sphere with my center. Yeah.
connection 的 problem 是吗？
应该是他那边的 line 不好。Hello
嗯，
CY，CY 是你的朋友啊？
是
嗯
老
嗯，
师的线有一点
是哦，他的 line
怎么办？
等他回来哦。谢
刚才嗯，刚才老师
，Welcome back。
Excuse me. This was interrupted. My smartphone was getting too hot.
Oh，
Yeah. It's a problem. Okay, but I hope we can continue.
嗯
Okay. Um, right. Um, this is one of the objectives from Logra to work with the figure 8, yeah, because the sphere and the center is connected through this. And especially now, if we look to a leaf, yeah, it's another example. Yeah, I will show you here the leaf form. Yeah, and in the middle, there is a straight line from this leaf, and you see a bow here from here and here. Yeah, and now if I move a wave like this, figure 8, yeah, this is a wave. If I do this, I have a half from this form, from the leaf, and this form, yeah, the straight line, the semicircle here is connected with the sound or chemical ether. That's the form in which ideally the ether quality from the sound ether will appear. And we are working this also with this very conscious, and now we can connecting ourselves in this way with these ether forces. That's one example. I hope it's clear enough, yeah, Peking, to understand this, yeah? Okay. And in this way, we can introduce, yeah, the living forces, the forces from the sound or chemical ether in our doing. And this takes a much more stronger action if we work with the sound and chemical ether with sound and tone then, yeah, on the person, on the man as normally. Yeah, please, would you like to ask something or shall I continue?
Okay. Yeah. It's not saying that uh, sound or bring
Excuse me.
changes, right?
Yeah, excuse me, Pekin. The connection is difficult at the moment. I couldn't understand all. Can you hear me?
Peking 你
Yes.
那
Now,
边的
can you hear my? You were saying that 听不到吗？Breaking? Is the sound breaking?
Yeah, your line is breaking up.
Yeah, excuse me.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a technical problem at the moment. I cannot solve it at the moment. Could we continue in 5 minutes, perhaps? Yeah, and I will try what I can do.
okay.
Is it okay? Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I will get back. I will get back in 5 minutes. Yeah? Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Ether forces. 说老师所谓的这个 ether forces 呢，他说有分成 warm ether，就是温暖的，然后也有这个 sound and tone ether，就是这个关于声音的，然后还有就是 light ether 光的。那老师现在他要做的这些动作呢，他的其实是跟这个 sound and tone ether 连接的。那他就开始是跟我们讲一个 example，就是他说他做这个 figure of eight，就转一个八这样子的，他就开始讲说，他这个八其实是有一些部分是在转的，但是中间它是有一个核心连接的，所以他讲说，他这样子的一个动作是跟这个烧一个是有连接，但是我就不太明白说它是如何跟这个烧一的有连接。他说所谓的烧一的跟这个 chemical 一的是一起的，就是讲他们是属于同一类的。那我们是要跟这个 sound and chemical 一的连接，就是因为我们能够去接收它，通过这些运作、这些动作，我们能够去接收这些能量，以及我们也能够转化这个能量，来把这个能量贡献给世界、大地这样子所以你想要问多一些的就是什么呢？
Hello.
我大概就先这样子，先了解到这里吧，因为我们给老师再继续。
嗯。
Thank you.
Teacher
Hello,
Michael,
Pekin.
I was trying to, we have a little bit of discussion. I was trying to explain
Yeah.
what you have said just now to one of the
Yes.
participants here because they are very new. They didn't have any knowledge about eurythmy or this anthroposophy or anything. So they also didn't know about what is this ether forces. So maybe you can just explain a little bit more or in a maybe layman words or maybe any simple words that why it is movement how is it connected with this sound and tone ether.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm. I think the one of the most important questions is to understand that we are working with implosive forces, and that means if you look to the plant world, you see the phenomena that especially in spring we experience a sprouting and a budding, you could say, everywhere, from the blade of grass to the tallest trees in the most varied shades of green. And in spring, within a few days, you can see, for example, the leaves of a chestnut tree developing from the bud. And in many cases, you can perceive spiral-like movements in this unfolding. And basically, these growth processes can be observed everywhere on the ground up to greater heights in large trees. For example, in America, with redwoods. And it is especially with the latter that we come across a strange phenomena. The flow of sap in the plant reaches great heights. Water is absorbed by the roots, channeled through the bark up to the leaves, where the water evaporates and flows back to earth as rain. And the question now is, what drives the water to such great heights? From a physical point of view, it is the so-called capillary effect, which is based on water rising through small tubes. A capillary of, say, 1 micrometer across, which is 1/100th of a hair, sucks in water as a pressure of, you could say, 40 pounds per square inch, and allows it to rise a full 30 yards. But a redwood tree, however, is 5 times as tall, about 110 yards. And this means capillary action is far from sufficient for this. And there is no scientific explanation for this, at least not from external science. But a science who incorporates living things, I'm talking about cymatics, it's a new kind of science, a new science kind, can certainly provide it. And this is what I said, we are accustomed to assuming explosive forces, of which the combustion engine is a good example. And our ideas about the world are based on this drive, including the humans. Yeah, this means, yeah, we are thinking that to one part, one cell comes another part, and another part, and another part, and another part. So we have then many, many, many parts. But this is a way of thinking which works in explosive, excuse me. But here, in this question, from what is working in a big, tall plant, here we see that there are implosive forces working, which are, you could say, sucking the sap of the plant, the water in the plant, up to greater heights. In this sucking effect is working the ether kind, and we call this ether kind, which is working in all liquid, the sound or chemical ether. Yeah, this working is an implosive working, a sucking working. And if we now move, not like gym or in sports, yeah, here's the same question in a more explosive way from the center outwards. But if we now try to receive and give us a shape or a kind from receiving all in movement, receiving through movement, yeah, taking up forces through movement, you come in another situation that you can connect yourselves with this living forces which are working implosively. Yeah, you can connect yourself with these forces, and then you can take up real living forces. Okay, I hope this was not too long, but it clarifies the situation, right? Yeah, another question?
I would like to know, is this a form of urimi?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I would say these are different ways of development. Eurythmy is a kind of movement, a movement art. And the task from eurythmy is to show speech through movement. Yeah, speech or tones through movement. That's art. Logra is connected more with the forces itself, and the task of Logra is to transform yourself, your whole, your whole being. Can you understand the difference? I think so. Yeah, it's a way. It's a path from development, Logra, which works very strong. Yeah, upon yourself. What in eurythmy is missing is the question from the connection with the life forces. Yeah, we are moving in eurythmy. Yeah, showing vowels or consonants. Yeah, and we are in this case the instrument. But if we take up these forces, sound and tone forces, through the mediating media, the life forces themselves, this takes a much more stronger action to the body and the whole sheath than eurythmy is able to do. But eurythmy is, I would say, the future, because yeah, in a far in a future far away from this point, from the present time, we are now speaking through the larynx, and the question is in the future, how will we speak in the future in thousands of years? Yeah, the mankind will change. I don't know if you are known with anthroposophy. I think so. Yeah, a little bit. And that's the future. And Logra now is building step by step, yeah, the situation or our sheath, that this we can sound and tone, that this will be real in the future. We need Logra to strengthen ourselves, yeah, for this, for our task, for the future, but for our daily life too. You will experience in this workshop or after this workshop that you will get up, yeah, life forces, and feel a difference between your normal state of, I would say, living, and after exercising, yeah, this situation, what is now coming to you in the kind of new forces, these life forces, right? Okay, thank you.
Another question.
Yeah.
When we do this logas, is it also with the music?
It is not with music. Yeah, it's
Okay.
quiet, but the quality in the movement, there are qualities, I will show you that, yeah, from speech and sound in the movement itself. Yeah, a little bit like eurythmy, you could say in a Logra exercise. There are many, many qualities from sound and tones present in this movement. I will show you that in the movement. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
I think Annabelle has questions. Annabelle?
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Yes, I would like to ask, what is the connection between the chemical forces and the sound? Why is it called sound or tone? Is it the shape of the sound? I mean, as you interpret into the shape of the leaf, is the leaf the shape of the sound?
The leaf is the shape of the sound or chemical ether. Yeah, this ether kind will appear
Mm-hmm.
best in this form. Yeah, we can distinguish different ether forces working in the plant. In the roots are more living, you could say, the life ether, which is connected with the densest parts from the plant. In the
Okay.
in the leaves, there is more working the sound or chemical ether. Yeah,
Mm.
and in the blossom, there is more light and warmth ether above the blossom present and working. The ether is not the sound itself, is not the tone itself, but the sound or the tone will work through, you could say, the ether. This means that the processes, the life processes, bring it to life, bring it to shapes. And if we try to bring us in a new state, you could say, we need the connection with the life or ether forces to make this real. Yeah, I hope you understand this, Annabelle. Yeah, the working
I
is much more. Yeah,
I think is there any reference or books that we can study a bit about this, because it's a very deep thing to think about.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
maybe we can make a note for the group, and to understand
yeah, yeah.
into a diagram that we can have a look.
Okay.
Mm.
There's a book, I think only in German. Yeah, excuse me for that. It is
So
written by Günter Wachsmuth. Uh, a very basically script about this, uh, about the forms, about the kinds of ethers, about the living phenomena, in where can you observe this in the nature, where can you see in the plants these forms, and what does this mean, yeah, about the working from the different ether forces. Let me think about this and look what there is. I'm not sure that there are books in English about this, but perhaps it is an English translation from these books, or people had translated it in English, but I'm not sure at the moment if there is a script about this. But I will think about it, and I try to give you a picture or something where you can read about this. Okay,
yes,
Annabelle?
even though in German, I think I
Oh
can
yeah.
try to do some translation.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you don't mind, maybe
Yeah.
we can have a better understanding, because
Okay.
I think we might need some time
Yeah.
to to think about and also to learn more.
Yeah, yeah, I will
Because
do
it's
that.
it's a big thing to involve our movement and to
Yeah,
connect with the nature.
yeah, yeah, it's right, Annabelle. I will do this. Yeah, let me look to this, and I will send you for sure material in German. Yeah, and let me
Thank
have a
you
look
so much.
at the
Okay.
situation. Yeah, yeah, right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Right.
When I meet one of my friends, she thought of, is it suitable for elderly people to join this workshop?
Yeah,
She wants to recommend her mother to join the workshop.
yeah,
Her mother is about age of 70.
yeah.
So no problem, right?
It's no problem. We can do. We have many standing exercises, laying on the floor too. You know this, but we will see what is possible. My experience is when I was now in America that older people too, yeah, had no problem to go to the ground, to go to the floor, yeah, lay down to the floor and to exercise. I think it's possible.
But
Yeah, right. Yeah, perhaps I'm now here in Switzerland and not at home, and that makes the situation with my tablet and my computer a little bit difficult. I hope the line, yeah, will. I can hold the line now, Pekin. Perhaps I can outline another aspect. The exercises from Logra are dynamic and fluid. That means we try more and more to relax in the movement, that the movement is able to receive the forces, really receive. And this is a longer process, especially for people like me, for a male constitution, which is more hard than a female constitution, yeah. And but this makes a very, very big difference over time if you are exercising, because when you are stretching the whole tissue, stretching through exercises from Logra, yeah, this will open spaces for, yeah, your feeling from yourself, yeah, that the forces can come in. Yeah, this is one aim from Logra 2, to make the whole tissue lively, flexible, yeah, that the streams can working there better. Yeah. Pekin, my computer is getting hot too. I'm now on my computer. I'm not sure if I can hold the connection. Yeah. Are there more questions?
Any other questions from the floor?
What is the benefit, or what is the reason we want to practice this?
The benefit is you will get new connections to the building forces. You will take up, yeah, real lively forces from the sphere. That's one way. And on the other side, a new way, a new path to your inner will be born, yeah, to the self. You will feel it over time, that you will get, I would say, more inner substance, which will stabilize you, which will strengthen you internally and outwardly. Yeah, that's the benefit. Yeah, to become more and more lively and to come in a better inner, in a stabilized, in a better situation. Yeah, from yourself too. Yeah, I feel I experience this. I would say daily. Yeah, it gives me strength in all, I would say, difficult processes. Yeah, all over the day too. Yeah, it gives you a real center. Yeah, really more substance. Yeah, and the way to the self means, you could say, the way to the I, to the higher I. You could say, yeah. It's in one sense the self, the I, and the self, but in a higher sense. It's a very short answer. Yeah, you can experience it. Yeah, that's the better way. Okay.
I guess, I guess, Teacher Michael, you give a very uh, good summary tonight. I think what we experienced also, because last year we have already gone through the workshop, and I
Yeah.
also personally practice it throughout this year.
Oh yeah.
My experience is I feel lighter, and Get Hua also feeling like more energetic. She said when she practiced, she feel more energetic. I think that's the meaning of what you say.
Yeah.
We are more lively internally.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope that I think we can we end the session now? It's
Yeah.
almost like, yeah. I think maybe we can just make a small summary.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, How pay anything that you want to add on?
Yeah, just a little bit of sharing of my own experience practicing Logra. Besides,
Mhm.
the strength is strong, and it's also helped to do the uprightness for the whole
Mhm.
body structure, which is a very good practice in Logra, as well as
Mhm.
the coordination when we do the left and right movement, and
Mhm.
it actually helps to develop the brain more, be more flexible, and the balancing also is developing. Yeah. So besides the benefits that Teacher Michael explained, um, those are the things that I personally experience and benefit from practicing Logra. Yeah, for
Mhm.
those that never practiced before, I will encourage you to come for this workshop and experience it by yourself, because it is totally different from other exercise that we can find in Malaysia, like yoga, Pilates, in the gym, or any other forms of
Mhm.
exercise. This is totally different. Yeah,
Yeah.
you should try it by yourself. Since we have a very good teacher come all the way from Germany, don't miss the opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you
these
for this.
are from my heart. Yes, it's very precious.
Yeah.
Right,
Thank,
Becky?
thank
I think you benefit a
Yes,
lot.
yes, exactly. Yes,
Yes.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. And Michael is a very detailed person, and he is very calm, and he's very caring. So he will look through all the poses that we do, all our practices during the class. So we are very well guided by a very well experienced teacher in this workshop. So don't worry about injury and anything. He will guide us in very detail and very individual, because every one of us has different condition of the body. So he will guide us how we can do it with our own capability. Yeah, so don't worry about I'm very stiff, I'm not strong enough, I can't do this. You don't have to worry. A good teacher will guide you to do it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Happy. Yeah, right. I would enjoy to say welcome to you there in Penang, and hopefully I see you there. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you everyone. And I hope to see you there also in this 18 July. All right.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.